I've generated 39,923 inbound leads from LinkedIn without spending any money on ads. And this has made me $3.94 million over the past 2 years. And I'm going to show you in this video the complete behind the scenes look at my nearly $4 million LinkedIn funnel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Matthew Lekayev. I have worked with 1,500 small business owners, helping them generate leads on LinkedIn. I've got about nearly 93,000 followers, and this is all me and my whole entire team of 12 people obsess about, which is helping small business owners use LinkedIn to network and generate leads for their business. And so this is how my whole entire funnel works in the shortest funnel training you've ever seen of all time. Now, most people are out there trying to build what's called a lead system, right? The reason why my system works, I think better, is because I'm actually building what's called a trust system. It's just very, very different because I'm optimizing for ideal clients to trust me, not just to book a time with me, because I don't actually want that. And the way it actually works is that, okay, I'm optimizing for trust with my ideal clients, right? ICP, ideal client profile. The way I do this is I produce client attracting content, right? I have chats or conversations that turn into calls, and then I have conversion optimization, which is my funnels, right? These are the three mechanisms and three pillars. Because I know that when I produce content, right, this is a one-to-many way to build trust, right? So when I create content, a lot of people see it. I build trust with a lot of people. When I have conversations with people, this is where I'm one-to-one manually actually having a chat to people. So either me or my team are having a chat to people to build trust with them. And then the third piece is conversion optimization. This is where I'm one-to-one auto building trust. And so that means like sending emails or free resources and stuff like that. That's why your whole back-end system matters like a lot. And what most people do on LinkedIn is they either just produce content or they just DM or they just maybe have some type of funnel. The reason why I'm able to help clients so much, and we've helped 1,500 business owners and we have over 500 testimonials and our clients make $172 million a year, is just because we do all three. That's literally the only reason. So the actual process of me generating leads, I'll show you my process and how it works with clients as well. This is just the way that you win on LinkedIn. So number one, you set up your LinkedIn profile in a way so it just tells other people what you do. And then in this section here, which is your featured section, you have what's called an evergreen lead magnet. So this is where you give something away for free in exchange for people's details. So just from the sheer fact of me having this here, since May 6, 2025, that was updated, it was 16th of October, 2024, so it's not even a year, 13,527 people have given me their email address and I've been given permission to email them, right? This is what's called conversion optimization, and this is how to build trust. Because the way the system works is they give me their email, we track them here, and then you can see here, this is our software growth mode. Here's all the people that have opted in voluntarily. So I took this screenshot about 2 hours ago. You can see that there's a lead in at 7:44 a.m., 7:10 a.m., 7:01, 6:44, right? All of these are leads. And it's great because then I get permission to email the person multiple times. And this person, Karen, actually went to book a call, right? And so I've got multiple emails. So in my actual system, I have 39,923 people that have said, hey, you can email me. And not only that, right, is I don't just have one lead magnet, right, in my profile. I've actually produced hundreds of lead magnets. This is the difference, right? You need software where you can whip up a landing page like that. So if I look in here, 120, skip row 128 lead magnets that I've given to people over time. And so I have so many of these lead magnets floating around because if you're going to invest into producing content, right? So when I wrote this post here last night, it went okay, didn't get the highest number of like engagement, but it doesn't matter because the whole entire point is I'm going to direct someone to here and they give me their details, which is then they get more free stuff and then I build more trust of them and then they're more likely want to actually meet with me. And so this is super key. So within all my content, I'm putting links to stuff, and sure, my views may go down, but that's okay because I'm capturing the lead. I own the lead. And now the problem with LinkedIn, right, is you can't use automations, right? It's like really, some people do it, but like it's quite risky on your account. So what's better is if you capture them in your system, which is ours is called growth mode, I can fucking email them a million times as I want until they say no, right? And as long as you send quality emails, and then I can also text them, I can WhatsApp them, right? And then say my account's not at risk for doing automation, because LinkedIn, it's a big no-no. For some reason on Facebook and Instagram, you can automate using ManyChat, but LinkedIn doesn't like it, right? And so I'm just producing all this content, right? And so if I look at, all the content I've done over time, right? And because I'm just trying to get really, really good at writing content, if I look at, just the past 7 days, I've had, 500,000 impressions or whatever it's called. So if I go in the past, actually, let's just go the past year to see how many I've got. Actually, don't know how many it is. Let's go. Cool. So I've had 15 million LinkedIn impressions in a year, right? But the problem is, if I wasn't putting links inside my posts, and if I didn't have my profile set up in a way that captures leads, I just lose all that traffic. Like, it's actually crazy to me that people don't put links in their content. It's wasted, because you've got all these people who, if on LinkedIn, like a really easy way to see if someone's interested in your stuff, maybe a CEO doesn't engage on your content, right? Because they don't want to be known to be engaging on it, but they'll view your profile. Right? And then if I look down here, I've got all these people that have viewed my profile, right? So Adam Franklin, right? He's coming to one of our workshops. I can see that he's interested and there's intent behind it, right? And when these people view my profile, I want them to click somewhere here and get a free thing, right? Like an actual thing for free. So I capture their details, because then via email, I send 3 emails every week and I give out multiple free stuff. And when people click to get my free thing here, right? So let's say they saw my post from over here. Getting all jacked up on this Piccolo coffee. I'm feeling it. It's my, I got a half shot though, because I've already had a couple of coffees this morning. But if I go here, right, if I click this, someone literally goes bing, right, and they want this resource. They give me their deets, and then they click submit, right? It then goes, the way I've set up our funnel is it doesn't get them to push to book a meeting. It then goes to another funnel, which is like a qualification form. So it goes, hey, do you want to get a LinkedIn mini course matched to your stage of business? Just give me your details. Tell me where you're at in business. Tell me how much money you're making and where are you stuck. And I've created these 5-day free email courses, right? That they can get for free. And what's great is when someone gives me all this information, my sales team just picks up the phone and they're like, hey, Bruce, how you doing? I just saw you downloaded one of Matt's free things and this thing, how to write content to generate leads. We're actually hosting a workshop in 2 weeks on how to write content to generate leads. Would you like to come? Super simple, right? Like really easy tactic and strategy as well. Because most people are trying to book a meeting. Why would you do that when you can capture all the leads and then just build up way more trust with them? It's actually pretty insane to me. And so when you've done all these over time, it just absolutely crushes. And so if I go back here, right, if I go over here to all of my lead magnets and free things, you can see, 650 opt-ins, 214, 112, 474 opt-ins, so many people opting. This one here, 800 people opting in, right? And this means that, then they opt into my stuff. This is our software growth mode. We actually built for this. Really cool thing about growth mode as well is it syncs your LinkedIn DMs. There's no automation. It just syncs it so you can track it, which is freaking amazing. But then after this, I can see that Karen, she got the first lead magnet, which was the 4 GPTs. She then opted in for 1 free resource and another free resource. So she got day 1 here, and then she got day 1 of 5 here. So she's received, let's say in this time frame, right? So if I go Karen 701 to 822, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 emails, right? And all she saw was 1 post. Like, how much time on content is she spending time on my brand there, which is really, really important. And so these things like your content and your conversion optimization, which is your backend system, when I see creators that don't capture email addresses, I just want to explode. I feel so sad for them because I'm like, man, you could be like making triple as much revenue as well. It's crazy. Now, the last thing that you want to do to layer in there is the LinkedIn DMs. This is super key, right? Because now we've developed software on how to make this a lot easier, but like the easiest way to talk to people on LinkedIn is if someone views your profile or engage on your content. If I go here, right? If I look at someone who's engaged on my content, and let's say I see Chris Patrick as an example, right? And I go, lose 20 pounds in 90 days, right? And he's in Brisbane, Queensland. I can see that Chris probably saw my post on booking calls, right? So if you post content, people look at your stuff. That's why you want to make good content. So he probably saw this post around, I booked 23 calls, right? So then if I go to Chris And like he helps Aussie desk bound professionals reduce belly fat. And so if I go to the messages, I can say, okay, when was the last time I messaged him? I shot you a message on WhatsApp. It was a while back as well, right? But like I can send him another message right now as well, asking him about my workshop. And so all I do is I pull up LinkedIn, right, on my phone. And then I'm going to go to viewed profiles and I'm going to go to Chris, right? So I literally just pull up the chat here and I go, yo, Chris, what's going on? Dude, I saw you checked out my profile. Did you see the post about the booking calls with that LinkedIn template as well? Yeah, dude, let me know how you go actually using it. Also, by the way, I'm hosting a workshop, an online workshop on the 7th of October around how to actually write LinkedIn content to generate inbound leads. Let me know if you wanted to come as well. We're also hosting an in-person one in Sydney on the 2nd of October, but obviously you're in Brisbane, so it's like a little bit far away as well. But like, dude, let me know if you're keen as well, just because I've worked with like, there's one client in particular who I could probably share you one of his post templates, Peter Gaffney, and he actually, he was able to close 100K in a month through LinkedIn, and one of his posts got 800 impressions, but got him 3 really great inbound leads that turned into, I think it was like £50,000 of business. Cool, done, that's it. And so all I'm doing is I'm weaving in all of these different structures and these different things where I'm talking to people one-to-one. Once they've expressed interest, I'm posting content, and then I've got conversion optimization running on the back end with all my funnels, sending 3 emails per week. And that's literally my whole $4 million LinkedIn funnel of how I booked like 5,000 meetings. But the trick is, right, you need to do all 3 of these things. Most people just say content, this, this. And the reason they say that is because they usually don't have the skills of all of them. Luckily, I've got a co-founder, Steve, who's like an absolute tech wizard who was able to build us software to be able to do this, which is really, really awesome. And so like, that's like, it's actually been not just myself building a personal brand, it's been Steve as well. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to work with us, you know where to go. Otherwise, a whole bunch of free stuff down the bottom. Peace out. Catch you later.